I turn up at meetings and have the meeting, everything will grand, and then it'd be over. And I make arrangements for the next meeting, but apparently I was turned up the same day, only in the afternoon, for a meeting, and people wasn't coming, and I can imagine I wasn't very impressed. Whereas these bloody people arrange these meetings. So some of my friends said, Peter, your memory's getting worse, you know, you've already had a meeting. So, like you do, you keep it to yourself, really, you know. They're saying, well, my friends, you need to get, your memory's getting worse, Peter, you need to sort it. And I thought, oh, they'll just shout, yeah, and they said they am. Anyway, I didn't do anything. And it came to a crunch the day when I went to the hole in the wall, because I live in St Anne's, very posh. Now, I went to St Anne's, and I was stood, and I had no idea what that instrument was in the wall. No idea what it was. I had no idea what was in my hand. Now, before that, I was fine, but I had no idea. And I remember standing and looking at it, and I'm laughing now because this remembers me. I laughed because I was poking. You know why? Because I thought he'd talk to me. I don't know why, but in my mind it'll tell me what it is, why I'm here, and it didn't, obviously. And there's people queuing up to use the machine behind me, and they were touching. That was very polite because I hadn't touched it. They said, hey, get your ass out of the hole, and I want to use it. But I remember being stood there, and I was so frightened. I never experienced anything like that before, so I was scared. I can remember tears running down the eyes. I'm not crying now, by the way, I've got dry eye. Why do they call it dry eye when your eyes are always running? Anyway, so I remember getting home without the money, and it shocked me, it really did. And at the time I was on a drug called methotrexate, so I don't know if you're aware of that, that's for my arthritis, and you had to have monthly blood tests to see that, you know, your liver and everything's functioning okay. So the week after this incident with the hole in the wall, I had to go to the GP to see my nurse, I knew anyway, for my blood test. And I remember saying to her, do me a favour, when you've done the blood test, can I have a memory test please? And she laughed. She said, Peter, you're too young, you're 58. And I said, no, you know, humour me please, let me have one. So I failed it. So I had to go and see my GP. I was very lucky, I saw him the next morning, and he said, look, you know, Peter, you're an intelligent man, you know, daft. Let's do it again. I said, well, I think it's medication it's causing it. It's got to be. I'm on peddling patches, 100 milligrams an hour, whatever, and I'm on, you know, all sorts. So he said, well, let's see. And I failed it again. So he made arrangements for me to go and see the memory clinic down at Lyttle Sands. So I had to wait about 6 months, I think it was, to get there. But I kept all this to myself. And as I said, as human beings, we all know that we can be very, very extremely clever, and you can cover things up. Now, in my career, in my life, I was so busy that I'm a bit lapsidaisy anyway, so I get away with things. Oh, it's only Peter, it's always a bit nosy, you know? And you come up with things. And I was saying earlier on, when my brothers and his wife came over to see me, over here from Yorkshire, and he said to me, you're making a cup of tea, and I couldn't remember what you do. All I knew, and all I could vision in my mind, is a white bag. I had no idea what you did. I wasn't going to tell him that, so again, being crafty, being brothers, you know, a bit sibling rival, I said, you made a cup of tea. And I knew that my sister-in-law, bless her, said, I'll make it, and she got me a cup of tea, so I got away with it, yeah? And so I didn't tell my sons, nobody. And as it happened, so anyway, cut story short, I heard from the memory clinic, and I went along. And I don't know about now, but at the time of the assessments, you had to write down what you'd done that morning before you got to the assessment. And we all write with us, you know, left to right, don't we, when we're writing? But I was doing that, but for some reason, I started writing right to left. But you could read it. And I remember thinking, oh shit, I'm sorry. And she went, oh no, you're all right. A bit cuckoo. No, she didn't say that, but you know. I've tried it since and I can't do it. I cannot do it, you know, you can't do it. Anyway, I did the assessment and I scored 67. I should have scored 100, so there's a problem. And what they said to me, you got two choices. Sorry, you got two choices. You can either go home and forget about today. Can you imagine to let someone with dementia go home and forget you've been here? But they did. Seriously. Or you can see psychiatrist. Now the word psychiatrist is not you, but it sends bloody shivers down my spine, trust me. And I remember saying, oh, I can't see psychiatrist. Oh, I can't go home and tell my family I've got, oh, no. But, you know, common sense prevailed and I said, yeah, okay. So they made an appointment, went to see psychiatrist, sat down in his office and he had his chat and everything else. He wanted to make sure I was sane first, I think. But anyway, then he said, I'm going to send you for a scan. So I said, okay. So I waited quite a while for the scan. And between times Christmas came along, so I went up to Yorkshire with my family. Still didn't tell no one having problems. Covered it all up. And then I came back on in December, and it was the 3rd December, I think it was, no, January, sorry, that I had to go for a scan. So I went for the scan. And I'm thinking, they're wasting their money, they're wasting time, they're thinking of my hypochondriac. That, you know, that consultant think, you know, so get your ass out of my office, your hypochondriac. That's what I was in my mind. So I had it done in January. February, they ran me to go back to the memory clinic for my results. And I said, when I went in, I expected my ass to hit the ground and back up again. You know, get out of your hypochondriac, but he didn't. He said, "We've got your results, Mr. Lyttle. Unfortunately, there's a growth at the back of your neck, and unfortunately, it's attached to your spinal cord." And I went, right, so I'm going to take this information in. But then he went, but there's no damage here, no damage here, but there's a lot of damage in the frontal lobes. You've got vascular dementia. And he said, I've had a second opinion, and the second opinion said he only sees this damage in people who had chemotherapy. So I haven't had chemotherapy. He said, well, you're methotrexate, aren't you? I said, well, yeah, that's chemotherapy, but no one told me. They did something that could cause damage to my liver, and I understood that, that's why I'm in blood tests, but no one told me anything else. So I said, right, so he just said, you know, and by the way, when I went to memory clinic, I went for it, so there was nobody there, only the consultant, there was no staff, there was no one, there was a receptionist, and she was out here somewhere in her own little office. So it gets me out, he couldn't wait to get me out of his office. And I, for me, I was saying, I yapped a lot, don't I? Anyway, as he came out, I said to my student doctor, but where do you see me in 5 years' time? And he looked at me and he said, Mr. Lyttle, you won't be alive in 5 years' time. I'm sorry it's bad news. Help yourself to brochures. And he started walking away. And I went, oh, excuse me, doctor, but what brochures do I need? That's what he did. He's not here, by the way, he's gone. I made sure of that, but anyway, not like that. And he went to the wall and he took some brochures and he handed me what is vascular dementia, lasting power of attorney, and sorting your funeral out and all that shit. And walked away. And you can imagine my world's just gone. I've gone in thinking anything to my hypochondriac. And I've just walked out and told my world, I'm 7 young, that's it. And there's no staff, there's no one to say, you know, I'm sorry Peter, there's nothing. And by the way, I forgot to tell you, I hadn't smoked for 3 months, I stopped. I smoked past the 46 that day, trust me, I was straight there. Sorry, but I did. No lesson. Really, I didn't care what they were, I smoked them. But I go home, and I had to understand this myself. I had to understand this. Because remember, I didn't tell no one having problems. So you can imagine the shock it is going to be. So that was the Thursday, so the Friday, I didn't answer the phone, I didn't see nobody, because I was getting my head around this diagnosis and getting over the shock. And on the Saturday I ran my brothers and my sons, and you can imagine, you know, everything. And they've had me home, but they would have been home. They'd all sorted the summer family meeting. I'm sat there, you know, but they weren't talking to me. You know, you go to so and so, all in town, see what homes they've got. You look in Yorkshire. And oh, I'm here. You know, I'm still capable. That's what went on. And it took me 12 months actually to fight Sammy Corn and say, I'm staying here. I'm going to do an experiment on myself. And I forgot to tell about this from this side. By the way, bear with me, because I forget things. You think I've got a problem, wouldn't you? But I do forget things, and then they come back, so what you heard might be different from what they've heard, the old people. But the Alzheimer Society, I remember going to their office in Preston, there was 10 of us, all total strangers, all with vascular dementia. And I'll be honest with you, some of them were feeling sorry for themselves, which we can all do that. And I remember them talking, and I said, well, I'm going to do an experiment, and they were like, I think they thought I'd be like Frankenstein, you know, shite on the neck and her. So I said, look, I think I believe if I keep my brain active, keep myself busy, I can slow the process of my disease down. And one person said to me, I'll do with you, Peter. And that was 5 years ago. Out of the 10 of us, there's 2 of us left. The other 8 are in rest homes. And what they were doing, they were having duvet days, or the family were doing things for them. I meet people now, so how are you doing? How are you doing, Anne? And the husband said, oh, she's doing fine. I said, well, speaking to her, speaking to Anne, she can speak for herself. You know, because your brain, you know, turns off. People's doing, your family love you, but they're doing damage. Especially at early stage, you know. I believe, you know, let someone do something. You can live healthy with dementia. It's all a shite when you say you can't. Trust me, I'm proving it. You can't live well. And I've forgotten what I'm talking about now.
Being diagnosed.
Oh,
And what you were planning to do and everything.
Oh yeah, yeah. Anyway, got his diagnosis, that's it. Cut. Action. Right, no. Sorry mate. Anyway. Got shot at somebody else, haven't I? Anyway, no, so anyway, you can imagine my state of mind, yeah? And I decided I wasn't going to be burdened for no one. Because it's a horrendous disease. And obviously there's no cure. So I decided I was going to end it all. And when I make a promise, trust me, so the sun comes in the morning, I keep that promise. I've only broke one promise in my life, and that was one, not commit suicide, but I was going to do it. And I decided that I give myself a week to live. So I need to get everything sorted for my family. And I thought, I'll walk out in front of the bus, yeah? I'm sure going to kill me. And I thought, no, a nice sky, it's not fair on the driver, it's not fair on any passengers. That's a drawing board. I thought, I know. The sea's only 500 yards, the beach, from my apartment. It's foolproof, even I can't fail this one because I can't swim. You know, go down when it's dark, and that was my plan. And I stuck to that plan. So on the Wednesday, I went into the bank, made sure the money was able to go pass on to my lads, and my funeral money was everything was sorted. And I came home, and in my letterbox there was a letter from the Alzheimer Society, and I was furious, and I mean furious. How dare they write to me? I'm not bloody 90. What the hell are they playing at? And you know, it really wound me up. And I was chumping to myself all day. And as I said earlier on, my brothers, they realised, they phone me and say, "Hi Peter, how are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm grand. Never been better, thanks." But they FaceTime me, I can't lie, because they can see, and I can't lie. So Andrew FaceTime me. And I was chumping about this letter from the Alzheimer side. How dare they? How old do you think I am? Blah, blah, blah. And he said, "You must go, Peter." I said, "I'm not bloody going." He said, "No, promise me you'll go." And I promised, because I only get rid of him, because he was doing me bloody head in on that phone. You know, I couldn't get rid of him, so I had to promise him. So once I promised him, I had to go along, didn't I? So that delayed my plans, because it wasn't until the following week. So I thought, hang on a minute, I should be swimming the fishes now. And I'm sat here. It's true. So I annoyed it myself, then I broke a promise. And I went along to the I can't remember the bloody name, but anyway, it's his hotel in Blackpool. It wasn't, it was St Anne's. And as I walked in, they were all old codgers. Trust me, I shouldn't say it, but they were. And I thought, oh God. So I walked in and walked out. And as I'm walking out, Elaine, who invited me, one of the dementia advisors for the Alzheimer side, came up and she tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Is it Peter?" I said yes, and she introduced herself. I said, "Well, very nice to meet you, but I'm not staying." She said, "No, why are you not staying?" I said, "Well, please don't take it wrong, they're too bloody old for me. They're all codgers, their memories, my parents' memories, not mine. So really, the conversation will be about the weather, and that's it. That's no good to me." She said, "Okay, I understand." She said, "We're not getting away so easy. I'll come to you tomorrow to your home at 11 o'clock. I said, "All right." I thought, you know, you've delayed me already. She said, "I was still annoyed." You know, she came next morning, and we sat about 2 hours talking, a bit longer, but the first half an hour, after speaking to her, it was like someone turned the light switch back on. All that depression had gone. I went back to myself. Oh, I forgot to tell them this. This was the Wednesday, no, the Thursday. Friday morning, I was live on Radio Wave complaining about how I've been treated at the memory clinic. Yeah, but it took off from there. But then I realised that I told everyone in the town, you know, I told the shops, you know, that had dementia, and everybody, I had to tell them because they're there to help, you know. And with dementia, it affects not just your short-term memories, as people think it does, it's your speech. You see, it hasn't done me, right? You're thinking, my God, has it? Yeah. You know, your speech, your thinking, your perception, your balance, your eyesight, everything, it's computer, and it's buggered, basically. So I told everybody, so they were aware of it, which is good. As going back, I said to you that I wrote and control all that money, yeah? So someone like me, to have that knowledge and know every penny where it is, etc. Now, I don't know. I don't understand the monetary. I got a cab here the other week, and I give the guy the money, and he went, "Oh, thanks, mate," because it was, I think it was like £10 or something. And he went, oh, mate, you've given me too much, and I'd give me £35. I didn't know. To me, it was just like, "Here, take it." I don't know my wallet wasn't right, but I wouldn't be able to tell you what had gone. So he was honest. But you can imagine someone like me who didn't know finance and money, you know, for a living, has got to this stage. That's horrendous. It feels terrible. You know, that's life, isn't it? You know, you've got to live it. Suck it up, live it. But then I realised then also that it's education. because there's very little education, there wasn't anyway, you know, about dementia. And I've worked with working pensioners saying to them, and the reason that was, they came to me because their criteria was wrong. The government criteria stated that people with dementia, it was only short-term memory, which is not true, as we all know. So now I've done training with them and explained to them all. I've done all Lancashire for them. So there's no excuse now, because we're getting people who weren't getting the help that they needed, because they didn't understand, which is wrong. Now they do, hopefully. We still get complaints, I suppose, but that's life, isn't it? And I still forget it now, I'm just bluffing here. That's what they say. That's what I'm on about now. Right. Right.
We don't go to the simulation. I just about the young's age. You know, it's not age related, and you've got.
Oh yeah, well, little boy, yeah. As we know, it's not age related. And don't believe you saw it in the news. There's a little boy, a 6-year-old in Scotland. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
And it's Batten's disease. So this little boy has dementia, basically, and he can't remember nothing. He can't speak. He can only say "mummy." Now, you can imagine what that must be like. Not only painful for his family, and they're actually mixing his food up. And eventually, soon, it'll be a tube in his stomach with a peg to feed him. When I looked at that, you know, how dare anyone feel sorry for themselves? I'm 63, I've had my life, I've got my sons, I've got my grandkids, I've had, you know, a great life. That little lad at 6-year-old, there's no chance. But it's important that people understand it's not age, it's not older people, you get children with it, you get people younger. Up to him, I've had people at 23 come to see me, because what I did, I set up Treasures, and you might have heard of it, and it's for young people with dementia, because everyone tends to go to the Alzheimer side, it's all the older stage, and there's nothing for younger people like me. You know, I don't want to go into a nursing home or somewhere and listen to Vera Lynn. I want Queen and, you know, Rod Stewart, and you know, T-Rex and all that, you know, Boogie, and I don't want to start listening to them, you know. So basically, you know, that was the idea. So we get younger people come along, and they bring the loved ones with them. We get families coming. You know, it's like a night out for them. It's only 2 hours. It's at the tramway in Cleveland. Oh, I've got one in Lancaster. I've got one in Derbyshire, Derbyshire. Yeah, we've got some more to them. I have consultants in Liverpool actually phoning me asking for help and advice. The same in London. So you know, I'm saying, hang on, you're the consultant. I'm not. But they never deny me. But no, we're not living with it. You understand it, you know, and I can explain it. So sometimes I end up explaining to people with dementia what they're going through because they can't explain it. But that's swinging back. What I've done, I've forgotten to bring my goggles. I normally have goggles. Now, when you came in, I said to you, I don't ask for volunteers because you don't get them. Or they just shy away, so I just pick on you. So please forgive me. Right. There's a reason why I'm doing these. Now, I say normally have goggles now, like an idiot, I've forgotten them, they're at home. So we can still do this exercise. I'd like, yes. Just put these on, please. Can't push that. I'm just testing, you know. You can have a problem, and would you just pick that to your jeans or just, and I want you to keep speaking, just talk to a normal, have a conversation like you would do. Like, are you going out tonight, you're going to get pissed, whatever, you know. Alright? Oh well, so can I pick on now? Just keep talking to her, please. It's alright, keep talking to her.
Egypt.
Right,
Yeah,
can I ask you, please? Can I, yeah, if you don't mind. Right, just put that in your trousers, please. Not that, I mean this.
Oh my God.
Right, just put it on your trousers, please.
They're at my father's.
No, I've got them out if it is.
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, 16.
You're still going?
Yeah,
Just for a few minutes, that's fine. You put them on, please. And then I need to put this on, please. And just pass it over if you can. And then, binoculars. The idea I've got binoculars is not I haven't lost it. What these are for is perception. Yes? Right, so, could you please concentrate? Put the binoculars, because I like your eyesight. I want you to, you don't like it? I like you to look at it. I don't want to rip it. And I want you to Where you are?
Stay there.
You feel close
Playing
here?
that.
You too.
Yeah, it is.
That's reception. Yeah. So if you get someone and you can't stay like so it's on
Still, after all.
So you said you do it without the jacket and just do the...
Yeah. No, it's all right with you, look, right, and I want you to keep yourself busy with this. And I'm going to give you a name and address. So I'll ask you at the end of it. It's Jerry Dewar, 281 Moor Lane, Burton, West Yorkshire. All right? Sorry. How are you doing there, Elise? Another video. I want you to concentrate on the lights. I don't like big out. Now try to turn it off. Stand up it. It feels close, doesn't it? That's the dementia affects your perception. Yeah. Sorry. That now will be alright. Can you give me... Could you remember that name and address again?
Yeah.
Go on.
Jerry Dewar, 281 Moor Lane, Sutton Shaw, West Yorkshire.
You've done brilliant there. Yeah, well done. The only one who's everybody else is that. Right, get somebody else to have a go. Anybody else want to have a go at this? Come on. Come on. Oh, I know. Pick on. Come on, be brave. Can I help you? See, it works better with goggles, but unfortunately I threw myself up today. Put them on. Can you hear it? Look at your jacket. Just, I want you to put it on.
There's just a single voice.
Right, can I borrow it, please? Hello? Somebody else will go. Just don't say anything yet. I'd like to explain a bit about what it was like. Now, what you just gone through, what I go for every day personally, so it gives you a rough idea, okay? I'd like to speak to each other, but I'd like to put this on, not that way. Turn it on.
There's a boom up looking through them, trying to turn it like a switch on.
Right. Can you just talk to me? You can talk as well. No conversation. I'll come back to you. Right. Can you just use it? This keeps on busy. I'll let you turn it on. Now I'm going to give you a break. Alright. And it's through Cinta and it's through band LS2. So I'll come back to that one. Keep on. Yeah. Keep on, look. That's what we have. See, hopefully I've done. Are you all right now? Can you remember that address?
LS2.
Nearly there, nearly there. It was kebab. No, you did all right. These goggles, I mean, they do sort of affect your eyesight. I've had two people say, oh, I can see out there. So I've suddenly gone to the optician because they've got problems. Trust me. You can tell, yeah, you've got a problem. Did you find it difficult fastening your jacket up?
No.
Oh.
No, it's fine.
You almost get one, don't you?
It's more difficult getting it off.
Well, I'm saying nothing about getting your great ear off here. Do you want to go at anything?
I've done the...
Right.
Getting it off, you can't.
But we've got we're going to be using all of these. We've got more stuff to come. But we're also going to be using what do you call it? Visual relativities, yeah. But that's not the same as this. You were doing this, is it? It's like a cartoon, isn't it? Right. Binoculars. You want to go? You gotta go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine it, I was just listening to it.
You can touch it. If you're close to you. Yeah. So that's what you see people doing now. affects your eyesight, affects everything.
Get your peripherals in then as well.
Yes, anything. Don't cross the road with me. You put your life in your hands. Trust me, seriously. I can't see shades of grey and blue. So it's not until they're popping the horn at me that I know there's a car there. And I wasn't like that until I developed dementia. So it affects every part of your life, you know. But God, bless them, enjoying themselves. Right, well, yeah, you're all right now. I'm not going to get the attention. Right. Can I ask this lady, please, explain to everybody what it felt like with Diesel?
Oh, it's just, you can't concentrate.
Can you sort of stand up, sorry, so they can all hear you? Sorry. Come on.
You can't concentrate on what's being said to you because it's like you've got a story playing in your ear. Concentrate on answering questions that you're being asked.
Yeah, it's horrible. Well, what you got me through, were you the same?
Yeah, I was struggling to find a word that what people were asking me.
Yeah.
Because I was going, because it was just so irritating. It was either listen to that or listen to them.
You can't do both.
You can't do both. I was trying to switch that off.
Well, that's what I go through every day. So when I go to meetings and I get people, because they don't understand, and they're firing off, and I get so wound up, and I say, whoa, and they all go quiet and they think I've gone a bit funny. Oh, yeah, haven't I really? And I say to them, I can't hear. I'm lucky if I hear 20%, because you've constantly got all sorts in your mind, but also the idea is that, you know, you get distracted very easy. Well, I've been talking to you, there was some staff having a break out there, and there was a guy dancing, and at the first minute, you know, and I carried on talking to you because I didn't want you to know, but I've been distracted. He didn't know any better, he didn't know, it's not his fault, you know, but you don't get distracted very easily. And some people, it's hard to describe what it feels like, what you're hearing. You know, some people like hear all the time. So you can imagine how irritating that is, and someone's talking to you and having a conversation, you know, so it is quite hard to live with, you know. Again, binoculars. Can anyone explain what it felt like with the binoculars? Please.
It felt weird.
Right.
Because it felt like it was there and you could touch it, but you couldn't because it's too far away, but you felt like it was like where that cup is, saying you couldn't.
Yeah. So if you get someone with dementia, you might find them, you know,
doing this or...
Yeah, or actually going to pick a cup up. You know, it's not there, getting into perception. I don't know if you've all heard a story about the lady in the restaurant, and no one would sit with her. No visitors really, no one wants to know because she was a nuisance. And what she was doing was constantly, all day. And the manager or the owner of the home decided to ask this lady's niece what this lady had done in the past. And she said, well, she went to, is it Beachley, where they broke the code record in the war, Second World War. That's it. I'm just testing you, right? And that's what she did. So when she was sat, being like this, she thought she was breaking the code, she was working, but no one else knew that. I know she was a bloody nuisance doing this. But once it all came out, the local press got involved, so they came out with the story, and then now the woman can't get rid of bloody people, because they're all like talking to her while she's doing it, and she's explaining what she's doing and all, you know. So again, you know, dementia, you've got to listen to what's being said. Did I tell them about that window there was? I mentioned this group. Oh, right. Another one is one of our hospitals, which is true by the way. I've got a lot of this strike, you know. One of our local hospitals, they had, is it QC? Was it
CQC.
People come out, you know. And what he did, this guy, he went to the wards. Now they're all dementia patients. As we all know, there's various 120, 130 types of dementia anyway. And the latest one, besides little lad, is there's a woman, I don't know if you've heard of it, I can't remember the name, but it mimics Alzheimer's. Have you heard of it? Mm-hmm. Right, it mimics Alzheimer's, but it's actually a dementia. I know Alzheimer's is a dementia, but it's not Alzheimer's, but it mimics it, so it's quite difficult to diagnose it. But anyway, this guy, he comes around, he goes and asks questions, and he asked one of the patients if he enjoyed his meal. He said, yeah. Was it right? And he went, well, no, it was cold. Oh, right, and he leaves it. So then he goes to another lady, and he said, did you enjoy your meal? And yeah. He says, everything's satisfactory, you've been treated all right, you know, the staff are looking after you, Well, actually, my drink, they wouldn't give me a drink. They wouldn't give me a drink? No. So, he jotted that down, and he got the sister into the office, and he started. And he went, oh, hang on a minute, first of all, their meals, what they get in, they're warm. Because the minute they come on the ward, I personally also helped to get them out. So it can't have been cold. Yes, it was. And he got another patient who was complaining that they wouldn't give her a drink. She was refuse people drinks. They can have what they want. Show me these patients. So she didn't send him into them, but she said to him, point them out. So he pointed out the gentleman who said his meal was cold. It was cold because he had ice cream. Yeah? The importance of finding out and talking. Somebody, the other lady who said she couldn't have a drink. She pointed this lady out. She said, no, she couldn't because she wanted gin. She's an alcoholic. That's what she wanted. She wanted gin, so we wouldn't give her a drink. We give her coffee, tea, pop, but not that. So so basically, you got to ask and try and find out what's really going on there. And like I said before, if you don't use it, you lose it. And again, so with pressures, we meet a lot of people who's got dementia, and I got the loved ones and everything. And we got a guy who's been coming blessing from us quite a while. Now Carol's deteriorated really quite rapidly, but he's very loving. He looks after her, and I just talked him around to get him care, actually, get some help. But basically, she can't get out of the bath, and he says to me, Dewey, she can't get out of the bath with Carol. And I said, all right. And I watch people, obviously, come in psychology bit. Can't help it, I'm nosy. And I noticed when it was time to leave, he went to her and she put a hand out, and he helped him off the chair, and then same at the car, etc. And I said to him, well, what are you doing? What are you doing, He said, well, I'm helping her. I said, but couldn't you get to that chair herself? He said, yeah. I said, well, leave her. Put her back down. Leave her. Let her get herself up. It's because what's going to happen is she's going to forget how to get up. You've been helping her out the bath, haven't you? He said, oh, yeah. I said, well, the brain now is that she doesn't know how to do it. She's forgotten. And I just said it, I'm going to say it again, I'm sorry. It's true what they say. If you don't use it, you lose it. And I keep saying have plenty of sex. I don't mean to say it, but do it while you can, because of, But it's true, even I will forget things. And like I was saying before, you come to my house, right? What happens is you make yourself a home. And some friends came the other week, and they went into the cupboard to get the cups and all these dirty plates and cups and everything else, knives and forks were in there. And the cupboard's up here. And he went, Pete, what's all this lot in here, dirty cups? I haven't put it there, not me, it's never me. But you've got to remember that I am the only person that lives there, apart from a toy poodle. But it's not me, yeah? And again, going into memory, what I call is memory miss and dementia memory. So your memory miss, even though I have dementia, I have memory miss the same as you. Memory miss is when you walk into a room and you think, what the bloody hell am I coming here for? Yeah? But then all of a sudden, with memory miss, you can remember them because you can trace it. Oh, that's right, I was in the kitchen now, I was doing so, oh yeah, that's what I wanted. Right, I'm the same, everyone with dementia is the same, but then it comes to the dementia, you don't know it's kicked in. I have no idea. And I was saying a while back, when I first started doing what I'm doing now, which I love, keep me going, someone said to me, Peter, what's it like to live with dementia? And I said, well, I can't answer that question at the moment because you've given me a lot of responsibility, because how do I explain to someone who's not walking in my shoes? It's a big thing to explain. You can have all the diplomas and you can have all that, but unless you're in them shoes, you don't know. Trust me. Please don't take it wrong, I don't mean it wrong, but Anyway, so I decided how I was going to do it, and I said to explain. When you all go out with your friends for a night out, right, and you get a drink, now as friends we're all different, we're all different personalities. Right? And I don't know if you realise this, but each and every one of us, we're made up of different people's personalities. And subconsciously you don't realise, but you might think, oh, I like that part of her personality, but you take it on board, believe it or not. You might like part of my personality, so you'll end up mimicking me, and it's built into you then. But what happens is you go out, so you get someone who might be quiet, you get someone that's very quiet like me, very sharp, retained, and you might get someone who's really loud-mouthed, or someone's aggressive. You get different types of people, haven't we? We've all got different friends. So you go out and there's a night big aggressors, you forget your inhibitions. I found, remember that? Inhibitions, don't we? So you might get someone who's a very nice person who will all of a sudden become aggressive, agitated. but you don't know why, but they are. They're very aggressive. And they're right, by the way. When they're in that mood, they're right. You might get someone who end up being upset because a song's come on or someone said something, it's triggered a memory from the past, yeah? You might get someone who'll strip off and be bought naked on the table or run around the car park while they're naked, whatever, yeah? And it's, you know, and it's not till next morning. A lot of people say, I don't remember doing that. That might be true. But it might make your wife tell you, or your husband, or your partner, or might say, did you know what you did last night? You run around bollock naked saying, oh yeah, baby, I'm here. Yeah, and so I know you take it piss out of me, there's no chance. I wouldn't do that. But you have. Yeah? So that's what dementia's like, because you don't know it's happening. Yeah? But if I said to you, you've been running around here naked, mate, and you say, oh, I wouldn't do that. But if I mentioned and said, this is like you, isn't it? And you're drunk, to say, yeah, I've always like this. Yeah? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So that's what it's like with dementia. You don't know when it's going to happen. You can't remember what it does. And there was something else, another part of that, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, I get people saying to me, well, you don't look like you got dementia. Yeah, what am I supposed to look like? So I always say, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to strip off. I'm going to run around bollock naked round the road here, and then you've not got dementia, don't you? And they go, oh, right. Yeah. So again, it's appearances as well, innit? We all think, you know, I don't know what picture you got in your mind. I don't know why people think you got to look different because you got dementia. I don't know why. Yeah. Have I mentioned that? Oh, yeah. By the way, yeah, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. You think I'd got a problem with memory, wouldn't you? Anyway, yeah. As you know, I've got a big mouth and I know how to use it. But I always got myself in it, and that's unintentional, by the way. Because again, my brain isn't right. So sometimes what I think I'm saying to you isn't what comes out of my mouth. Right? So I'll right, don't you mind that. And a friend of mine, she works for quite a big company, it's not the government. And part of her role, she has to go around the world, works around the world, which is based here in Lancashire. Anyway, a few years ago, she was transferred down to London for 12 months to take over this company. And while she was there, she must have been comfort eating, because when she came back home to work here, she put 4 stone on in weight. So my 60, I know I don't look it, but on my 60th we all went out, this friend as well, and her family and my friends, and we were sat, and believe it or not, there was round tables in a restaurant like this, and we were sat in the middle, and as you can tell, I don't need a microphone. I've got a big mouth and a loud voice, so everybody in the restaurant can hear what I'm saying. Yeah. So we're talking, and for some reason, my friend's weight came into the conversation. You know, and they're all on about, and I just said to her, I think you might have an overactive thyroid gland. And everyone went quiet, even the diners around us went all quiet. And her mother's jaw hit the table like, whoa, what's she saying? And I thought, what's wrong with her? What the hell's going on? And then my friend started laughing. And what I'd actually said was, you might have an overactive knife and fork. Seriously. I didn't know what I did. And what happens is, my knife and fork, I can't remember which hands I use it in, even today. So what you might, if you see me out somewhere, you'll see me doing is picking it up, that doesn't feel right, that doesn't feel, oh that must be it, I must use it, you know, that way. And what happened was, the waiter brought me a meal and I picked the knife and fork up, so my brain, I mean, no, my knife and fork, that's it, that came out. There's a lot of stories like that, trust me, and all day. Another one, I'm just reminding me kindly, is that I went to get some photographs. I've been up to Yorkshire, my family. You know, you can't tell, can you? I come from Yorkshire. But I went up to Yorkshire and I got photographs of my grandchildren. And I decided that rather than having me on my phone, I might as well have photocopies, you know, in frames around the apartment. So my brother came over and his wife, the youngest one, the one that kept bullying me about, went to Alzheimer's society thing. And while I'm there, one of my ex-neighbours, thank God she's ex, one of my ex-neighbours came in and she said to me, are you having photographs done, you know, your holidays? And I thought, she knows it. No, I did, honest, I'll be honest with you, I'm honest. Nosy bitch. So I said, well, no, it wasn't my grandchildren, you know. So I thought, you put my nose and my nose. I said, so did you hold this photograph? She went, oh no. And she got upset. I can't pop my ears now. And she said, no, I let my cat out last night and my neighbour reversed over and killed it. And she started crying, and I'm, oh, I'm ever so sorry. And she went, no. And she got quite aggressive with me. And I thought, what the hell's wrong with her? And I happened to look at my brothers in the doorway, my sister-in-law, and he didn't know whether to laugh or cry. I could see it on his face. And I thought, what the hell's going on? And all the staff, everybody in the shop went quiet. So being nice guy that I am, I went back to him and I look, I'm ever so sorry. She went, no, would you push me? She said, you push me out of the way. So the staff said to me, look, Peter, the staff said, look, have you any more shopping to do? And I said, well, yeah, I have, yeah. She said, well, go and do the rest of your shopping and come back in half an hour's time. And the photographs, I promise you that we'll have them put in the frames that you picked. So, all right, so comes out the shop. As we're walking down the middle stands, my brother decided in his wisdom to ask me if I remembered the conversation I just had in the shop. So I said, of course, I'm not a bloody idiot, so, you know. So he said, no, just humour me, tell me, can you remember what you just said in that shop? I said, listen, you may have the problem. I remember, because I remember what I said. So I repeated to him, you know, she talking about a cat getting, you know, dying, and I tried to comfort and say, I'm sorry. He went, no. She told you that the neighbour came out and ran over a cat and killed it. And you went, oh, congratulations. I did it twice. Yeah. So again, with dementia, you don't know what's in your mouth. Yeah. But if people don't tell me, I don't know. So there's a lot of things that happens, you know. But fortunately, people understand and I explain that I have dementia and I can't help it. You know, but I do drop myself in it quite a lot. I really do. You know, unintentionally. You know. Yeah.
Do you want to go through these?
Yeah, can you turn them over, if your phone's over again? I can see who's going to get 6 at best. Please.
We'll just read these out. If you just shout out the answers to what you circled, if you don't mind. Memory loss is the only symptom of dementia. True or false?
False.
People with dementia should be supervised at all times.
False.
People with dementia have no need to feel anxious.
False.
People with dementia have all the same needs.
False.
People with dementia lack capacity to make their own decisions.
False.
The life story of a person with dementia shapes who they are.
False.
Why do you say false?
Because with dementia, it can alter your personality, it can alter your change. And like you said about the inhibitions, you can pick up other people's traits without realising that they're not your traits.
Yeah.
Well, we had this debate in the last session,
yeah.
didn't we? So we had some that said true, because we said about life story and that personalisation and knowing the person so that you can,
It
you
just
know,
makes parts of them, but not all of them.
quite right. So, and you said, didn't you,
Yeah,
Peter?
they're
So
both right.
there's a mix there
Yeah,
in that
there is,
sense.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
So thank you for Peter.
Can I say the reason we did that is because I wanted to see your reaction. Yeah. Because again, people don't always understand it. And I wanted to see what you personally thought when you came in, and I want to know if it changed you. Sometimes people have a different perception, and once I finished talking to them, they changed their mind. Then they realise that, you know, you can live a normal life with dementia, and it is you, you know, and they changed the perception of what's on there. You see, that's all it was. I've been awkward, really. I've been a nasty one. Yeah. Thank you for listening to me and yapping to you, and I'm sorry if I embarrassed anyone or upset anyone. I'm so sorry, but thank you very much anyway.
Has anybody got any questions?
Fire out with some questions.
Has
Come on.
anybody got any questions? What it's like?
What was your experiment?
Which one?
You said at the beginning you had you
Oh, sorry, did I forget? Oh, I'm thinking of a big problem. Yeah, what it was, the experiment is me. Keeping my brain busy, keeping busy. Right, so what I was meant to say to you was, some people have duvet days, or they let the family speak for them and do everything for them, and they forget things. I live on my own on purpose. Yeah, so I have to work twice as hard as you do to function during the day. So the experiment was to keep my brain so busy that it slowed the process of the dementia, which is happening, because I shouldn't be here now, and I shouldn't be learning. And that's how I'm learning things, you know. I can tell you about you know, various drugs that's on the market, what they're doing experiments, and I shouldn't remember anything like that. But yeah, I forget something silly, something, you know, I'll just forget something, nothing really. But soon going back to memory clinic, and I've upset them, but I don't give a shit anyway. But I remember they asked me to go back, I just remember this, to go back to apologise for how I was being treated, which was a lot of, they didn't apologise. And my brother came with me, and my sister, and I remember saying to them, I used to read 4 books, this is true, 4 books at a time, and I could retain all that information. I could tell you about any book, right? Now I can't. I get to page 2 or 3 and I forget, so I've got to go back. And she said, oh, don't worry about it. Get a magazine that doesn't matter, or get a drawing book, a colouring book, doesn't matter. And I looked at her, she said, you just turned over and said, what happens now? Oh, we can't do anything for him, discharged. And he said to me, he actually told me yesterday, and he went, do you remember when we went? I said, yeah. He went, I remember sitting there, and he said, I said to Jill, which is his wife, I'll be quiet. My brother's gone in as an adult, and she's actually made him walk out like a child. And if you think about it, it's true. What she should have said was, well, you know, keep persevering. If you want to read, you know, find a way around it, or say, well, okay, you know, just keep trying. He might come back to you, but not treat me like a child, you know. And that's the worst thing you can do to people, and that's why they get frustrated. Anything else? Is that all right, Mallory?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, thank you.
Anybody else?
You said at the beginning that you kept it from your family, but did your family suspect anything?
No, because I was a bit gormless anyway. Because I took my job, I'd put it this way. When I was working, I'd go into an office to a meeting, and I'd come out of it and I'd have files, and I'd go into this office for something else, and that one for something else. So I was so busy, you know, and I was travelling around the country as well, you know. So and I was also for Northern Foods, their suppliers and other companies. I was also working for them, you know, as a, what's the word I'm looking for, consultant. So I was so busy. And don't forget, I had 2 young children at home. So I had a mortgage, I had 2 young children to look after, make sure the home was then they were fed and school. So there was so much going off that I was always a bit lackadaisical, I suppose, anyway. So they just thought it was me. So that's how I got away with it, yeah? That answered it. They know now, like. Anyone else? Come on, Charlie, come on.
Do you think that the methotrexate caused?
They say it does, yeah, they say it did, yeah. What I looked at one on the internet, and it's not just it's America and all around the world. There's it's called a forum and people are speaking,
Yeah.
and in America, and they write up on that. They don't say it's dementia, be careful, but what they say is people's on it and they say, you know, my memory is shot or my father's memory is just gone. It's getting horrendous since he's gone this methotrexate, or, you know, and one lady said that her father had died and the coroner said it was the methotrexate. So they have said that, and I've actually said it in public, and I've actually said to the top psychiatrist here, I forget his name now, he knows me anyway, but anyway, and I said it, and if I got that wrong, they'd have pulled me up on it, wouldn't they, over 5 years. But what bothers me is, they tell you that it can cause cirrhosis of the liver, etc., but no one says it's a possibility, oh, it can cause cancer, yeah? They don't say to you it can cause dementia. And now they should be saying, you know, there is a possibility, it might be a small percentage, but, you know, the side effects could be dementia. Then you need to got a chance then, it's made up to me if I want to take it or not, yeah? So, but no one answered that, no one told me. I didn't know what it was. It wasn't until, you know, it all came out, I didn't know it was, I didn't know that it was chemotherapy. Obviously it was, because I was vomiting a lot when I took it. I take it on a Tuesday. And I hated Tuesdays because every day I'd vomit and I couldn't help it and my hair was coming out and that stopped, but I kept being sick. I'd be in the car talking to someone, all of a sudden I'd say, stop, and it'd be out. And I had to get some anti-vomit tablets then in the end. So that makes it, I didn't connect it, you know, and no one still didn't tell me, you know. And then Mondays, I love Mondays. I love Mondays. I could dance, I could eat, I drink, do what I wanted because it was out of my system. You know, I'd run out by Sunday evening. So Monday, I was great. Tuesday, back to being, you know, crap, basically.
And have you stopped with methotrexate?
Oh, they stopped it straight away.
Yeah.
But then, what happened then, I had to find an alternative,
Yeah.
you know. And it's Hummer, H-U-M, I think I inject now in my stomach.
Yeah.
And it's live culture. Again, they're saving money, so a few months ago they changed it from live culture to a synthetic culture, and it's caused side effects where psoriasis here, and yesterday I think it was today, I was supposed to have chair for 3 or 4 weeks because it was all swollen on my lip, and I don't, it's better now, it's not as bad, but this eye was all inflamed, and it's caused psoriasis on the, what do you call it? Cornea of my eye. So I can't see you, I'm blind as a bloody bat. I can see you, that's scary. No, I can see you now. So, you know, it has, you know, the side effects, I suppose, everything, isn't there? You know. But without this medication, I wouldn't be like I am now. If I hadn't got my morphine patches and this, I wouldn't be sat here. Well, I'd be sat, I'd be in a wheelchair. I used to be in a wheelchair. And I thought, that's not me. I'm not having people saying, and how was he doing? You know, I happened to once, someone said to me, I was some women, they said, how is he? You know, how's he doing? You know, and I said, I'm fine, thank you. You know. They said, well, if you find him, why's he pushing you? I said, you're not going to bloody walk and actually bugger pushing me, do you? And I went, oh, and I walked away. But I decided that's not me. I can't live like that, you know. I'm too mouthy, I'm too bouncy, you know. So again, you know, no one give me any medication to hurt me. They give it to help me. You know, so that's how I look at things. You know, I get people, oh, why don't you go and sue them? I said, why would I sue someone who's trying to help me? You know, no one sets out for this to happen. It's the last thing they want to happen to me. It's just a sod's law. And I happen to be one of those people that got the shite at the end of the day, you know. Anyone else asking me? Is that alright, my love?
Yes, yeah, great, thank you.
What tips have you got for someone who is early onset dementia other than keeping your brain active? And
Look, keep your brain active. Do what you love doing. Yeah. If you've got hobbies, keep on it. Don't let your family bully you. Alright? Because they love you and your friends love you and they will do. They don't mean any harm. They think they're helping you.
yeah.
Freddie Mercury had a song, is it Love Kills You? I mean, he was right, he listens to words. You know, because love, it does, it's trying to help you. But again, they're taking away you. You know, it's scary enough going through it yourself without your family taking it away from you. So I always say, look, I would say leave you, let you get on with your own life if you can. You know, if you want help, you'll ask for it. Yeah. So just try and live your normal life. Keep an eye on them, obviously. You know, but don't be overbearing. Because at the end of the day, we're still people. We've still got a brain and we've still got feelings. You know, and I think people tend to last longer that way. Yeah. I don't know if that answers your question or not.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Come on, fire at me.
Any others that, yeah, all right.
That's it, yeah.
Thank you
I can go for a
Peter, for
cigarette.
coming and
Thank you.